Hey there, Alec. Looks like you got a part here. There's quite a few issues with it. You'll see, first off, there's an eye here. So basically means something's going on. If you click the little plus here, it shows you there's a couple things going on. So we'll just start at the top and kind of go through them. I notice that you have this revolution here, but then you also have it down here. It's just suppressed rather than deleted. Um, so we'll get to that. You got your first plane here that you created, but then you also have your origin plane way over here, which I believe is the center of that. So um, kind of see what you're doing, but we'll go through this. So first, let's just go to sketch one. And you'll notice you have a pink line here. Now, when I hit a dimension, this isn't an arc. If I break the link and try and do a dimension, it's not an arc either. You'll notice that dimension from here to here, it's 0.38 something. Where you go from here to here, it's 375. So I'm guessing that this just got messed up. So I'm going to delete that out. There's another pink point here. So now we're not fully constrained, but let's see, we're going to offset this guy at 3/8. And if we go to our degrees of freedom, we can go all over the place. So if we dimension to the bottom, right here, 2.8, because it was a funky dimension. So this will go left and right, like so. So if we do it in line with the center point, now we're fully constrained. Later on, this will be an issue, so let's extend these here and put these in line with each other. And you also notice that this can go either way, so we can put that at 375 too, depending on what you got going on here. So again, now we're fully constrained. I noticed also that you have this part that's extruded on another sketch that's on the same plane. So instead of having two different sketches, we're just going to offset this and do a dimension to 12. And then delete this guy. Oops. Click that and delete that. So now this goes to here. And let's make that in line with this guy. So we still have two dimensions needed, so our degrees of freedom. There you go. So if we do equal on this line and this line, and that line should be in line with there. So depending on where this line ends up, it's 257. So delete this and delete that. So now this the same as this guy. So we'll make that one the same. And in line with that. So now all those lines are all along the same plane. So instead of having the need for this sketch, we have it in all in one sketch 7. So we're going to finish the sketch, except, so our first extrusion looks like it's working. So then we go to this one, and it's off of sketch 8. So I'm just going to roll this part up here real quick, delete it. First off, see how far, 3.5. Okay. Let's delete that and the sketch. Turn the visibility back on here. Extrude this, going this way at 3.5. So now, instead of having two sketches, we only have one, which makes it a little bit more simple. So then we come into here, and we have our extrusion from this line. So we keep going. And you'll notice you have this plane and this plane, the same thing. So as we go down, see this sketch here? I'm going to redefine that to this plane. And this one, I'm going to redefine that that plane. So if we go through, now our loft works. Now let's see. Okay, the sketch still needs a dimension, so I think it's probably here. Yeah, let's change it to 4. So fully constrained, and we got this silly point. So I'll get that away. And I'm also gonna take a rectangle to there and to there. Okay, so it should be fully constrained. You get your 2.5, your 7, and there. I'm gonna make this line so that way when it actually cuts, it goes through everything. So when you're looking at actual sketch here, it's cutting all the way through. So you don't have the need for this other one that comes down and does all that other stuff. So it looks like this sketch has probably got some stuff going on too. And it's that little pink point right here. Okay. And if we wanted to, we could extend that bottom out, but I don't think it's necessary at this point. And let's do dimension to there, 2.8. So again, we're just simplifying things. If we go down to the bottom here, these extrusions, I don't believe, that's why, this is the weird thing. So we are going to have to make a quick little dimension to there. Oops. Oh, it's because I did it the wrong place. Ha. We can just do this. Actually, let's see. Let's split this line. Okay, so now let's delete this. And then we only have okay. So now we have a simplified part. Let's turn off 7. And there you go. Now I think what you were initially asking is how to make a void of this part. So if we save it, okay, so we saved a part. Let's make a new part and derive that part. So we derive that part and then bring it in as a solid. So now we have a new part with that derived part. Let's create a sketch on this face, or whatever face you want to have face down pretty much. Okay, so then we will extrude this. To there as a new feature, so that basically encompasses the whole part. Say OK. Then we can do combine cut of the box, and then we're going to cut that out of the box. Click OK. So now you'll see that you've cut out the box. So if we did it a different way, let's try this again. extrude to this top face. You can see a little bit better. Combine cut from the box. Now you have your cut cavity. So if you wanted to make the bottom full, you just project the geometry and extrude this up. And there you go. So if you filled that in with whatever, that would fill it up. So I don't know if that's what you're trying to do. That might help.